Well, this is just fucking blinding. That's always what I've wanted for myself. My neighbors just seeing me. Maybe a little sip. For today's video, I decided to do something a little different. I really wanted to take the time to explain what's been going on in my life, and I wanted to do that in a way that wasn't going to be just me sitting and talking. So I decided that I would do kind of like a get ready with me, like talking to you guys and just kind of like hanging out kind of video. So that's what I'm doing today. If you don't know me that well, you probably don't know that I am obsessed with makeup. So I thought that I'd share that part of me with you guys and also kind of explain everything that's happened since you last saw me. I have washed my face, I have moisturized, and I am ready for my makeup. I don't even know where to begin, like, about everything that's happened. Oh, also my mirror is over here, so I'm gonna be like looking there. But I don't really know how to even begin talking about everything that's happened in my life over the past few months. So rewinding to early December, I was doing well. I had a good place in my job. I was okay in my personal life. Then I totaled my car, and that just kind of started something really negative going. And that was really hard because now I had to get to this job and I had no car. I missed a lot of days of work trying to get a new car. I did end up leaving that job in the end of December. I was a 911 dispatcher. I don't know if I've talked about this before. I was absolutely in love with my job. So having to leave my job was really hard for me. My mom was selling the house that I was currently living in, and I had to move very quickly. So at this point, I'm gonna put my hair up. I had never really felt at place with a job before. I really felt like I had found a home for myself and that I had belonged somewhere. And truthfully, it is something that I could have seen myself doing for the rest of my life. And then I had to focus on finding a permanent place for me to live. Because I did leave my job, I didn't have an income. After a certain point, I did buy a new car that I had to pay for, and I was really stressed all the time trying to find a way to pay for it. And I took a lot of that out on my relationship with my girlfriend at the time. Looking back at it now, I did push a lot of my stress onto her shoulder. I didn't know how to fix my life, and I was just taking it out on everybody else, and it just was not healthy for me or for anybody else in my life at that time. So after all of that mess, my relationship really started to take a hit. My girlfriend and I broke up and then got back together, and then broke up and then got back together, and it was just a really unhealthy situation. Recently, we have come to terms with our inability to sort out our problems while together. We both have a lot of things missing in our lives right now that we can't help each other with. Things that we really need to fix on our own. I did have a job for like 3 days at this terrible place. I'm not gonna say the name of it because it's kind of a popular place. It was freaking awful. I literally went for 3 days and then quit because it was so terrible. And I can deal with a lot of shit, but I did not like that company. It was so sketchy, and it's a really big company too, so it's really, really like, ugh. After I left that second job that I had for a very short period of time, I realized I was like seriously in a hole. I was legitimately in a pit. I did end up moving into the apartment that I live in now, but just taking it back a couple steps, that was so emotionally trying on me at the time. So I haven't even been here a week yet, and I'm still dealing with it. That house was the only place I've ever really felt like at home, and it was really very hard for me to say goodbye to it. I took a hard hit with leaving that house. I remember the last day, just watching all of my roommates at the time move out was hard, and then I was the last one that was still in that house. Walked through each room and had like a really cinematic moment where I was just remembering all of these memories that are so stupid in each room, and I had myself a good cry. I went to bed the night I moved crying myself to sleep. I did try to get my old job back. Although it would be hard to manage, I could do it. So I tried and emailed, and I was talking to someone. I don't really want to say too much because I don't want to cause problems, but it was so unprofessional the way that I was treated and the way that things went. Originally, I emailed just asking for information. It's not even the question that was answered. They immediately were like, just come in and talk to us so that we can do this. You have to do the application now and you have to get this stuff. And I was like, hold on, I really need to think about this. I wanted to know at that time what my options are, and I reached out for someone to just answer my questions. I'm very happy that that's the way it ended up happening, or I probably would have gone back there because I was freaking out about the fact that I wasn't making any money. My philosophy, honestly, is that every single thing in this life of ours happens for a very specific reason. Beans walked into my life for a reason. She's like, what is going on, Mom? It's very easy to get discouraged with everything that you don't have, and it's very easy to forget everything that you do have. I feel like I want to be the most authentic version of myself. I try to take everything with a grain of salt. I don't try to let things upset me or bother me too deeply for too long. That's my goal. I don't want anything to sit in my system and just create this negative, like, I've been doing what I can to feel resolved. You know, we all have our things. We all operate in different ways. We all are just doing what we can to get by. It's so easy to forget that. And a lot of people have held that against me. A lot of people don't like me. I've said recently to a couple of people that I'm so sick of being the person that everybody hates, because a great part of me feels like that person. But I truthfully, I'm not okay with the idea that people dislike me for ways I've acted or things I've done while I'm hurting. I very firmly believe that people should be held accountable for their actions, but you can really lose yourself in these emotions if you don't figure out a way to deal with them. I'm trying so hard to be as full of good energy as I possibly can. So far, I feel okay. I also feel a little bit disconnected from my friends, definitely from my family. I've always been disconnected from my family, but recently my sisters and I have started a group chat. It's weird. I've never had in my adult life a relationship with my sisters. They're older than me. My oldest sister is 10 years older than me. I guess it's kind of hard to have a relationship. We're in such different walks of our lives, but at least like now we are on a talking basis. It used to not be like that. We didn't talk. We just kind of coexisted and said, people asked, do you have a sister? I said, oh yeah, I have two. Didn't really talk about them. They're just kind of like portions of my life that I just, as of late, things are getting better. As far as my plans are now, I'm just trying to get my shit together as best as I can. Focus on myself. I started working out again. I've started spending a lot of time to me. Do you ever wonder, like, in relationships and stuff, like what that relationship was supposed to teach you? And I think often, like, what is this person here to teach me about? But I wanted to preface that with saying that I think that my most recent girlfriend was definitely a lesson on, like, I need to get my shit together. And I think it's a lesson that I'm learning so freaking well. Like, I've never taken something from a situation so much. Like, the entire situation was just like screaming at me, get your life in order, because this is not gonna fly. I just was carving a path of such failure. I was making really good money at my job, but I wasn't paying off my debt. I was just creating more debt, buying things. And then I crashed my car and I was like, shit, I don't even have any money. And the people, when I was at the dealership, they were like, you make this much money a month. How do you not have any money right now? And I'm like, you see, I'm immature and I shouldn't be trusted with my own money that I earn. So just take it away from me because I don't deserve it. And then I took it away from myself because I had to. That's just my own personal things I need to work on anyway. Like, there's always stuff that you can improve on yourself, no matter if you're fucking Queen Latifah or if you're me, like literal human trash. There's always things that I think you can improve on. All my social media is linked in the description box of every video. So if you want to follow me on anything, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Snapchat, it's all in the description, honey. Side note, I don't even like cats. but I love my cats. Isn't that anybody's like story though? Like, I don't even like this bitch, but I love this bitch. I'm not trying to like amp up anything or be any certain way for you guys. I'm just trying to be myself because I feel like I act a million different ways for a million different people, and I just want this to be like one place that I can be my fucking self. The most like, whoa, something just happened. Sorry, I got distracted. My highlight just fucking blinded me. Okay, all right, okay. That's pretty much what's been going on with me. Basically, to sum it up, it's just stressful event after stressful event. You know what? We're gonna pull through. Today is March 15th. The day that I'm filming this is March 15th, which is the day that me and this girl started dating a few years ago. I can honestly say, fully resolved without even like flinching or having a flicker of doubt, that I am no longer in love with her. And it feels so good. I'm like over the situation. You know what I mean? Over the situation. If you follow me on Tumblr, you probably see bullshit about her all the time because people don't like to stop. Just as a closure, I do wish her the best. I hope that she's happy. But she reached out recently to me and was a cold-hearted bitch. She was literally terrible, and it reminded me of exactly why I left in the first place. Very emotionally damaging. But I stayed positive, I stayed nice, and I stayed cordial. That's when I realized that I have the capability to literally like walk on brimstone. I am a fire ass bitch. My lips are crusty AF. Girl needs an exfoliator. Now it is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today, kind of seeing where I've been recently. So tell me in the comments what you want to see. I was thinking about maybe doing a Q&A. It's just because there's so much shit that like I haven't talked about, so you guys don't know about my life. Like, I don't know how to reintroduce you into who I am and what's going on. As I mentioned earlier, all my social medias are in the description box as always, and maybe I'll do this again sometime because I thought it was kind of fun. I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day and that everything is going good in your lives. Remember, positivity brings positivity no matter what the situation. So keep a good attitude, keep a smile on your face, and stay humble. I just pulled that out of my ass and I thought it was beautiful. Like, I almost have a tear. All right, I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Bye.